Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, March 22nd, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I take time to slow down and nurture my I am. Okay, so we've got some shifts happening today. We've got some yachty bits happening today. And we're working to the eclipse on Monday. And the new moon is actually happening right around 12 a.m. Pacific time on Monday. So I'm going to talk a little bit about it here, and you're definitely going to get an early scope from me for that Monday energy. But as I've said before, every step matters. Like, a lot of people like to jump to the eclipse, here's the lessons, but the lessons on the way inform the eclipse as well. And what is fascinating is the yachty bit that's happening. It's funny because I actually was tracking the eclipse like down to the minute and looking at some of the astros, and then I had to come back, and it was the coming back that made me really see this yachty bit. And it feels important. So we're going to actually start here, even though we have Mars shifting signs today. This actually starts with the moon. So we have the moon moving into Virgo, the sign before Libra, which is where the eclipse will be. So we're feeling that full moon impulse coming in and working us. The yachty bits that are filling in are intense ones. So it's a fast-moving yacht because it is the moon, and it has the sun in Aries, and it has Pluto in Aquarius feeding in. So I mentioned the sun and Pluto in their sextile in yesterday's scope, which, by the way, thank you everybody for your compassion. These energies, gotta just go through the processing. Anyway, so in this, it's working to take us out of the box, right? Out of the boxes we've put ourselves in, take off the veils, take off the costumes, take off the identity layers that we've taken on as mantles, but don't necessarily tell our story anymore, right? What I love is that the moon in Virgo is bringing healing energy to this process. Virgo's ready to dig in. Do I have the card? Let me see. I do not have the card. I was like, do I have the participation card? I don't. But I thought I did. But it's ready to dig in, be present, do the healing work, body, mind, spirit, soul, and heart. So for the next 2.5 days with the moon in Virgo, we are working those energies. And this is just kind of like an impulse. So notice where stuff around who you are starts coming up. Who you are, your identity, all of those layers. Remembering there's a specific vibration, a specific frequency that you emit. There's a quote out there like, watch what happens when you start to emit your own personal frequency and what shifts happen. I think what's hard is that so many of us have conditioning that has, I'm hearing weird sounds in my head, that has made weird sounds happen to your frequency. It's taking it off tune. It's like when a piano is off tune, or I'm really hearing off tune like geese and foghorns is what I'm actually hearing. Really weird. But so much of the world like piling on us has taken our individual sweet sounds and fouled them up a little bit. And so the work is stripping off the foul, stripping off the beliefs and costumes and politics and conditioning and shouldinesses and all of that the world has told you to be, and be like, wait, who am I? And it's a process. Now, what I love about this incoming eclipse, hello projections, this eclipse in Libra is meant to help us make a change. When I was sitting writing out the eclipse information to do the eclipse readings. That's the song that literally started playing in my head when I was working on it, was Man in the Mirror. It's time to make a change, specifically that lyric. And interestingly, the eclipse is at 5 degrees, which is a degree of change. So it's time to make a change. But noticing what's coming up around you in and through relationships, whether it's expectations of how people want you to be, or reflections of yourself that you like or you don't like, or people that inspire you or make you jealous. If you're feeling jealous, maybe you can shift that to being inspired, because it's meant to activate a piece of yourself. There's so many ways that this can happen. It's also about stripping away the projections of what people have told you and how people have told you to be. So this yachtiness, which if you don't know what a yacht is, it's like the finger in the sky. It's the finger of God, and it's saying, pay attention to this. This is important. It's the healing work that we're really working on over these next few days. Now, I love that I have this card, the laziness card. We have Mars shifting signs. Now, to be fair, Mars is going to be at 29 degrees Aquarius through most of the day. So you may find your weird right on the precipice and wanting to come out and let your weird shine, because chances are that's an authentic part of yourself that's ready to break through the soil, that's ready to bloom. Thank you, Mars at 29 degrees Aquarius. The frequency may be a little intense, and energies may be a little frenetic. A lot of times when we have strong Aquarius energy, it can get a little frenetic. You may also find yourself vibrationally reactive. Like, you may not necessarily react by throwing an elbow or words, but you may be shooting vibes. So watch for the vibes that you may be shooting today. Mars into Pisces. Now, how fascinating. We're going to have Mars in Pisces, along with Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, and Neptune in Pisces. All this Piscean energy during Aries season. Now, while the Aries fire is also really strong, this Pisces is putting some water on it, especially Mars, which is rules Aries. Very fiery planet in this watery sign. We may find things going a little slower than usual. We may get frustrated. We may have to tackle some karmic reactions that we've had in this life and other lifetime. I really feel like it's meant to slow us down and not zip, zoom through these energies and these lessons. Like, it's really important to kind of like flow through them while there is a quickening that is happening astrologically. The brakes are also on. So pay attention, especially if something's feeling slow, if you're feeling impatient around things. Pay specific attention in there, because there is something for you in and through that energy. Mars is also reminding us, like, connect into our higher guidance, connect into our daydream, connect into where we want to go before taking action. Because sometimes the Aries energy can be reactive, just does the thing, and sometimes we really want to be like, wait, what is my daydream? What is the thing I want? The 9 of Cups is like the dreams coming true card. And so remember to move in alignment, to flow in alignment with your daydream. It can be really easy to upset the daydream cart, so to speak. Watch with Mars and Pisces the desire to escape, especially with the intensity of eclipse season. Your presence is required. I think that's part of this moon in Virgo yod. Your presence is required. Body, mind, spirit, soul, heart, all of these parts for this eclipse energy that's coming in. Now, interestingly, since I have my cheat sheet, let's dig into this. Interestingly, for these eclipses, the Sabian symbols have some interesting energies. The first one is for 5 degrees Libra, a man revealing to students the foundation of inner knowledge upon which a new world can be built. And in the keywords, it was like, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. My belief on that quote is that the teacher is always here, right? The teacher is the world. The teacher is whatever is happening in your life. And when the student is ready is when we pay attention to what is happening. So it's like, pay attention to what's coming up, because what's coming up is meant to help you change. My little man in the mirror, right? For 6 degrees, which is where it's evolving to, as a man watches his ideals taking concrete form before his inner vision. And it's just talking about the need to visualize, the need to daydream. So keep that in mind. Like, it's like watching for the lessons, but then keep visualizing the future. Keep visualizing the change. Keep being the change you wish to be. There is great breakthrough for us in this eclipse season, and even in this astro leading up to it. Pay attention to the astro leading up to it. The final card, did I show you this card? It's time to make a change for once in my life. The change card. Did I show you all of them? I think I showed you all of them. We have the laziness, so we want to take it slow. We want to take it easy, and we want to daydream. We want to be watching projections. Whether, again, they're being bestowed upon us or we are bestowing them. What are they teaching us? What are they showing us? What is the mantle that maybe we want to take off? There's some breakthrough for the man or the woman in the mirror so that you can shine your truest light, your vibrational frequency. And we are in a period of major shift and change in and through all of these energies. So it's a lot going on. Pay attention to the oddiness. Stay tuned because, like I said, I will do an eclipse focused reading, but here it comes. It's been like tiptoeing in, and while I've been feeling it, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like here. So that's it for today. If you would like to book a reading, email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. And the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.